Good afternoon. Today's video is for fans of French concept cars. It's a bit of a unique genre, I guess. But Norev is a model car company that makes a lot of French cars, and they take on the task of making cool French concepts. So this is a concept by the French car brand Renault, and it's called the Trezor. And this concept car came out in 2016. So let's take a look-see here. Pop this thing open. Well, judging by the cardboard box, I think this is a used model, and probably part of someone's personal collection. But what can you do? I can't go back in time. Oh, actually, let's look back at that box. When was this thing made? We got some branding there. Oh, here we go, something. So 2017 and 2017. So I would have to assume this model was made in 2017. The concept came out in 2016. Pretty decent packaging. I do like the fact that the box is clear on both sides, on the back and the front, so you can inspect the sides of the car, but you can't inspect the front or the rear of the car, unfortunately. Okay, well, you can't have everything, I guess. Alright, let's take a look here. Well, alright, that's a pretty sleek looking car. This concept car, never made it to production. It's supposed to represent an electric vehicle making around 340 horsepower, 350 horsepower, and it's supposed to have 2 battery packs. I don't know where though, maybe in the front. I'm not really sure. It's supposed to be an all carbon fiber chassis. And most interesting, if you look at the picture here in the middle, that's how you get in the car. The entire top half of the car clamshells open, and then you gotta hop over the door pretty much. So not really practical at all, but it sure looks cool. I think it looks cool. You notice the wheels here, made by Norev, are specific to the model. They do match the wheels on the car itself. And interesting little quirk on the wheel design here. These are Eiffel Towers. This shape right here is an Eiffel Tower. So you got 5 Eiffel Towers making up these wheels. So I thought that was pretty interesting to find out. Behind those wheels, you're supposed to have some sort of electric regeneration with the motors. So it's like a curve system, kinetic energy reabsorption, or whatever that acronym stands for. Okay, well, we got a Renault logo here, and pretty tight panel lines. They look pretty tight to me. Unfortunately, this vent here has no black paint. The real car does have an opening there. Going around to the back. Yeah, alright. So that looks pretty good. Here's maybe focus on the picture there on the back on the right side. So it looks pretty realistic. It looks like the real car. And it says Trezor here, the name of the concept, and then the Renault logo, and then a really thin red line here for the brake light system, and verticality for the little segmented light buckets. I guess it's not 100% perfect. It looks like the red is missing there, maybe too much red right there, and it seems to thin out right here. It's not super dark red, but this is such a shallow, it's got to be like a millimeter tall. Look at my fingernail, right? So I think they did a pretty good job considering. And then also this horizontal strake here is super thin for a casting. That's really narrow. Again, it's thinner than my fingernail. Okay, so in these vents you got some black paint, but I'm not seeing any sort of texture. But that's okay. Okay, so going to the top here, it carries over this little red here for the logo. So it's really unique to have this red plastic interior. There's some black paint here, so that maybe as cool as an engine here in the rear, the electric motor in the rear. I don't know where the motors actually are, if they're in each wheel, or I don't even know how many motors there are in this, if it's 2 motor, 4 motor. Okay, well, I am noticing some paint rub here, right there in the middle of the roof, and right here in the fender. So I'm wondering if that's the packaging that caused it. Take a look here and see if it's like rubbing against the plastic. Yeah, I bet the fender was rubbed by the plastic, but the roof isn't even touched by this plastic, so I don't know if that's just a paint defect from the factory or if the previous owner messed with this car somehow. Maybe they dropped it or scraped it on something. Oh well. Well, at the top here you'll see this honeycomb pattern. These panels, these little honeycombs open up and close in order to cool the battery packs or the motors. I'm not sure what it's cooling exactly, but they do open up to cool off the car. And then below this, you'll see a little bit of the dashboard. This dashboard is made of wood. I don't know why they chose to make it out of wood, but there's a luggage storage tray as well up here, and that's all made out of wood. So I suppose it's good for sustainability. Alright, so unfortunately it's kind of hard to see the interior because of this plastic redness. Let's see if the flashlight helps out. Oh, not really. There's so much distortion in the curvature of the glass here. I don't know. Maybe you can pause it and decide for yourself what you're seeing. It looks like there's like a black console there on the dashboard. I don't know if there's a steering wheel. I'm not seeing it. I'm not sure if I see any details in the seat. Boy, hard to say. It's really hard to tell with the red window. Okay, well, I guess I'll just turn off the flashlight. Okay, well, let's go to the front here. We got some carbon fiber intakes here, and they look pretty well represented. The logo itself. And then the headlights, I guess they're okay. I mean, they're super short. So if you look at the photo here on the left side, you'll notice there is supposed to be some breaks in the headlight, but looking back to the model, oh, it is there. It's just really hard to see with the naked eye, but I'm catching on the camera. There's a little vertical, a little vertical. So good job, Norev. You caught that pretty well. Let's see the bottom. Pretty plain, which I suppose makes sense being a concept car. There's probably nothing in an electric concept car, so there would be no drive shaft or anything like that. This is interesting. I've never seen 2 rivets in the back of a diecast. Usually it's just 1 rivet. I've seen 2 screws in some of the resin models, but, well, whatever. I'm not sure why, but I'm sure Norev knows a lot more than I do about making model cars. Speaking of which, it's a really light car, being a plastic base, and these wheels are plastic, Hot Wheels style, so I'm sure it rolls pretty well, but there's not much mass to it, so I don't think it would do really well on a Hot Wheels track. Alright, well, looks like maybe that's like a charging port or something like that. Not on the other side though. So all in all, I would say this is a pretty cool model. I mean, it looks sleek. The design, I really like the design. It looks like a cheetah or like a really fast cat. Kind of like that AMG Gran Turismo car I did a review on way back. And just to let you guys know, Norev is a model company. They do a lot of other French concept cars. This is a Peugeot. It's called the Exalt. Looks like a Dodge Charger though. And then they did the Gran Turismo concept car. This is the Vision Gran Turismo, right? So it's interesting, and what I like about Norev is they make the wheels different. They're specific to each actual car. They're not sharing wheels like say Majorette or Hot Wheels will do. So it's nice to see, even though they're plastic wheels, it's nice to see that they're actually specific to the design of the vehicles themselves. So I kind of like Norev. I'm growing to like this. It's only I only have a few of them, but so far they're pretty good. So if you can pick them up for a decent price, I recommend it. Okay, so I will leave you with the question, voulez-vous? Voulez-vous is French for do you want? And my answer is oui. Yes. Okay.